What's up, guys? Today we're going to be going over the Gregory Zulu 40 backpack and some of its key features that made me choose it as my bag of choice for my upcoming travels. Now, I'm going to be going through Europe on a 2.5-3 week trip through 4 countries. I was looking for something that can really do it all with using only one bag as a travel bag. So I'm going to be fitting all of my clothing, all of my hygiene stuff, my necessities, as well as my DSLR kit. So I'm going to be traveling with one semi-professional camera body, as well as at least 2 lenses and some other camera accessories. So I know that sometimes it can be tough fitting clothing into camera bags and then the cameras into regular bags, and I will show you my solution of how I'm going to be making it work. So first we're going to start with going over some of the features that I really liked about this bag, and then we'll pack it up and show you how much it can actually fit. So let's get into it. One of the things that really drew me to this bag was this bag mesh padding, and the fact that there's about ½ inch or an inch of space between the actual bag and your back, which is covered by this mesh. So that means you're getting a lot of airflow here, and all of this is supported by this X frame that you see in there. I believe that's aluminum. So that's one thing that I found to be really important. The other thing was the waist belt. Now, the old bag I was using was a 22-liter low pro hatchback, which I love that bag. I beat it to death. I took it all throughout Europe on a few trips earlier also. I took it on a bunch of hiking trips throughout the US, and I really love that bag. But this time around I was doing something different. I knew I wanted to travel with only one backpack. I was not going to have a roller suitcase like I usually do. So I knew I needed something bigger that will fit not only my camera gear but also all of my essential clothing and things like that. So I knew I needed something bigger. That's why I went. The 40 liter is important because, first of all, it's big enough that you will fit all of your necessities plus your camera gear, but it's still small enough that it's going to fit into your overhead bins, even on the low budget airlines. The other thing that was really important to me was the waist belt. So obviously with a bigger bag, you're carrying more stuff, you're carrying more weight, and a lot of that, as it's sitting on your back, on your shoulders, it becomes not so comfortable after a while, especially if you're hiking for 3, 4, 5, 7 hours, whatever it might be. If you're walking through a city for the entire day, you want something you want a waist belt basically that's going to support all of that weight on your hips and not entirely on the straps. Lastly, it's just super aesthetic. I mean, it's a beautiful bag. It has all the compartments that I would need. Why don't we start getting into the inside of the bag? We'll start by undoing the side clamps here, opening up the hood. Now we'll get into the hood in a little bit. Before we can access the actual contents of this bag, we have to undo a few more of these. So that's one more here. This is nice. It cinches all of this down when it's really bulky and packed up. It'll help you cinch all of that down and compress it so it's not as bulky. Same with these here on the sides. So some of these are optional to use, but you're probably going to want to use them and compress the bag down to as slim of a profile as possible. That way, it's just not so big on your back. To get into the actual contents of the bag, there are 2 ways. This is basically kind of like a laundry bag style drawstring type of thing, where you would undo this, open it up, and get in that way. But my preferred method is these zippers. They go along here, and then that gives you this entire flap that opens up this way, kind of like a suitcase style. This is really packable. As far as interior pockets go, this inside panel has nothing. This panel that's up against your back does have one pocket here. This is primarily meant to be used for either a water bladder or possibly a tablet or very small laptop. My laptop, which is a Lenovo ThinkPad X220, now from this corner to this corner, it is 14.5 inches. It would fit if it were not for this extended battery. So if I wanted to fit it into that compartment in here, I would have to take the battery off. I'm not traveling with my laptop for this trip. It's only about 2.5-3 weeks. At the top of this here, there is a little string ribbon with clamp type of thing, which is meant to be used for your hydration bladder. That will keep it up higher and not make your bladder sink down to the very bottom, have the water pull it down. Speaking of the water bladder, this will fit at least a 3-liter water bladder, if not larger. As far as other pockets go, let's get into the hood. Now, the hood has one interior pocket here, which fits a decent amount of stuff in there. It has one little loop that's good to be used, for keys. What I choose to use this for usually is my memory card wallet, which I'll show you in a little bit. I'll keep it nice and secure and not falling out from there. I will probably use this for camera accessories, lens caps, batteries, anything like that. Possibly my passports will also go in there. Very similar pocket on the outside here, a little bit less secure obviously, but a bit more spacious. And going back to the waist strap, each side has its own pocket. This one is mesh, kind of see-through, whereas this one is a little bit more secure and weather resistant, weatherproof. It feels like this might even be waterproof, but I'm not entirely sure. Also, if you take a look at the straps here, I did add a little something to the left strap. This is called a Peak Design Capture Clip Pro, and it has absolutely changed my life when I travel. So on to the next section. Let's pack this bag up and show you exactly how much can fit here. Alright guys, so these are all the things I'm bringing on my trip. Just to remind you, I am going for about 2.5 or 3 weeks. I will be visiting 5 countries total, which are going to be France, England, Ireland, Northern Ireland, and Poland. So these are not, third world countries that I won't be able to buy something in if the need may be. So from that perspective, I'm definitely not going to be overpacking. I have a very minimalist approach whenever I am bringing anything. If I think I may not need it, I am most likely not going to bring it. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 shirts. Whenever you're traveling, I highly recommend using some sort of synthetic polyester or smart wool type of material that will make sure that they dry fast, which is especially helpful if you're doing what I will be doing, which is your own laundry in hostile sinks, for which I had brought my own laundry soap. So if you have a cotton shirt, when you wash it, it's going to take forever to dry, whereas something like synthetic polyester, it's really going to dry very, very fast, probably within an hour, if not less. So 4 shirts, I got 2 pairs of shorts, I got 3 pairs of socks, 3 pairs of underwear, which are going to be going into packing cubes that I'm going to show you in a little bit. By the way, links to all of these things, or almost all of these things, are going to be linked up in the description below this video, so check those out if anything interests you. So one other thing that didn't really fit here is this Mountain Smith, I believe it's called a Kit Cube. What I'm going to be doing is putting my camera gear, my lenses in here, and then this will go inside the backpack itself. Camera body, this is a Nikon D600. Basically pre-ordered this when this was announced, and it still works perfectly. I've shot everything with this. I've shot weddings with this, I've shot headshots, portraits, I've shot landscapes. Right now my primary body that this is being recorded on is Nikon D5, so I use that for most of my professional work, but this is still much lighter and easier to travel with, so that's what I bring. My wide angle lens of choice is a Tokina 11-16. Now I've had this lens since my previous body before the D600, which was a Nikon D90, which was a crop sensor body, and this is a crop sensor lens. I never upgraded my super wide angle because I use it so rarely, and it honestly works perfectly fine in crop mode. Another pro of this lens over the full frame super wide angle lenses is it is much smaller and lighter, and you can also put a filter on it compared to something like a Nikon 14-24 or Tamron 15-30, or what's the other one, Tokina 16-28, which is the full frame version of this lens. Those all have really protruding lenses, lens elements, the front elements of the lens, which means that you have to have special mounts if you want to use filters, compared to just screw-on filters, which I'll show you in a second, that I like to use. So that's, it's more economically friendly, it's easier to pack, and it's lighter. And honestly, I don't see a reason to upgrade as far as image quality goes at this time. So that also goes into the little kit cube. And the third lens that I'm going to be packing is my 24-70, also from Nikon. On top of this, I'm going to put my Peak Design slide strap in here. Put my filters in here, so I bring 2 filters. I have I want to say this is a 6-stop ND filter. For those of you that don't know what an ND filter is, it basically stops out light and it makes things darker, which allow you to get a slower shutter speed, whether that be for videos or photos. The other filter I bring and rarely use is a polarizing filter. The only reason I really pull this out is if there are major reflections in the water, such as in a lake or something like that, and I want to eliminate reflections. It also enhances blues and greens. However, that's something I feel I much rather do in Photoshop later, rather than fiddling with this on my lens. It's worth having for those situations where you actually do need it. That is basically it as far as what I'm going to be putting in here. Cinch it down. So like I said, this would also have, there's 3 slots in total. One of them is empty right now, and that's where that lens is going to be going. So let's put this off to the side. Hygiene stuff. So this is a little bag from Osprey I got on Amazon. Link to this will also be in the description below. Toothbrush, toothpaste, shaving thing. This is awesome because it just takes one AA battery. So you don't have to worry about charging it. Deodorant, Pepto-Bismol, and anti-diarrhea stuff, shit happens. So one of my favorite travel hacks is one of these guys. So this is a Lush Scenic shampoo bar. As you know, TSA has a big thing about traveling with liquids and stuff like that. If you're traveling for a longer period of time, just get a solid bar. It's a shampoo bar. You can also use it for your body. Works great. It really lasts forever. Smells great. Highly recommend it. Make sure after you use it, you dry off the shampoo bar itself so it doesn't kind of like melt away. Another little tip I have, if you ever go through like beauty magazines and stuff like that, my mom gets like samples of shampoos. These are great to travel with. It has a little hook, so you can, you're in the shower, you just hook this on and kind of take stuff out as you need to. So let's put that off to the side. The universal charger, so any country you go to, this will work. Not only does it transform any plug into any plug, it has 4 USB ports built in, so that you can charge your phones and your iPads and any USB powered devices. You can charge using this without needing one of these. And then I also have a little car charger. Cables, of course, those are awesome. You just use them for cables, you can use them for anything really. Battery charger for my camera, as well as batteries for my camera. I'm bringing 3 total. There's 1 inside the body right now. Memory cards, I have a bunch of 16 gigs, and then I have 64s as well. Sunglasses, my little memory card wallet, so I'm going to be stuffing all of those in there. This is awesome, this little bag here that I found. And basically, it folds down to like the size of my fist. And what it is basically a day pack. So that's it right there. 18 liters. Leave your big bag in a hostel and just carry this around the city. A little travel pillow. I don't feel like blowing it up, but I'll put a picture up on the screen right now so you see what it looks like. It's great to travel with because of how portable it is. It's a lot more comfortable than the traditional like around the neck pillows that you see a lot of people have. Those take up a lot of space. I mean, I would never travel with one of those just because of how much space it takes up. Tripod does not have a ball head attached because I'm using it on that camera. This is super light, super sturdy, and it's honestly, for the price for a carbon fiber tripod, this thing is amazing. Travel towel, so tiny, and I can dry my entire body and my hair with just this. It dries super fast, or like one of those swimmer towels. That's how big it is, alright? So you're not really going to be able to cover yourself up, but get out of the shower, dry yourself off and move on with your life. Hats, rain jacket, super waterproof from Marmot, and one of my favorite things about it is it folds down into its own pocket. Super compact, it's great for wind and for rain. Wireless headphones. One other thing I didn't mention is one of these little travel power adapters. Now, this is of course an American plug, but it fits in perfectly into this, and then all of a sudden, you can use 4 of your American devices, or North American devices. I think Mexico uses these 2 in any country, so you don't have to purchase 10 of these. You just get 1 and you get one of these, and then you're good. So 3 pairs of socks, 3 pairs of underwear. Honestly, I might even take more because I will fit it for sure, and that'll just mean I have to do laundry less often. So these Eagle Creek bags, these are awesome. What really separates these from all the other packing cubes on the market is they have double zippers. That's what it would look like if it wasn't compressed. It really does make a difference when you don't have much packing space or you just want to pack more efficiently. I love not only does it help you compress everything and keep it, you know, super tight, but it also keeps you more organized. Shorts I also roll. I think I fit up to 10 or 12 shirts, t-shirts like that in here. No shorts in there at that time though. Guys, this is really not much, you know, and I mean, I'm going for 3 weeks, and if you could survive on 3 weeks with just these things, you could survive any amount of time. It's just a matter of doing laundry. Of course, I'm traveling in the summer. I'm not really concerned about winter gear or anything like that, so that's, you know, that's also something to consider. Okay, so let's start packing this stuff up. We're going to start with the mountain kit cube and stuff that down into the very bottom. Always put the heaviest items on the bottom, guys. Shirts and shorts now. All of my socks and underwear. Travel towel. So let's close that up. Sometimes I do travel with an extra lens, which is my 70 to 200. What I do is I'll just bring one of these, and I would just stuff that in there as well, and it would also fit. I mean, there's so much room left in there. So in here, I kind of want stuff that I want, you know, a little bit more secure. Memory card, wallet, sports, batteries, car charger, the soap. I'm just gonna stick that in there. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my rain jacket into this pocket here. And one other thing I didn't mention, there is another pocket here, and it comes with a rain cover. Okay, that just stuffs in there, zips up. Now we can cinch this down here. These are going to be all the items I want to access pretty easily. The keys, the bag, pen, pillow. Okay, tripod. Alright guys, so that is it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful. I know it definitely would have answered a lot of questions I had during my initial research of backpacks out there. I know there's so many choices and it's hard to narrow down sometimes. So now, just for reference, I'm wearing a size medium backpack. I'm 5'11", 175 pounds. I'll give you guys some profile shots. Now, even if you fit the height and weight that I am, that does not necessarily mean that a size medium will be right for you. To find the size that will be right for you, you need to measure your back, your torso length specifically, and reference that with the sizing chart supplied by the backpack manufacturer, whether it's this one or any other one, such as Osprey or other bags from Gregory, you know, whatever you might choose. Now, another great tip would be to go visit a local sporting goods store, see if they have that backpack in stock, try it on for size, for comfort, maybe even put some camping gear in there. The staff will usually help you out with that. That's exactly what I did, but then I ended up finding it online on Amazon for like 60 or 70 bucks cheaper, and I mean, plus no tax there compared to if I were to buy it in the store. If you have any questions or comments about the bag, about photography, about travel, or anything else related, comment down below on this video, or follow me at Wander.Edge on Instagram. Slip into my DMs, comment on my pictures and stuff like that. I will be happy to help you out with any questions you might have. And also, all the links to the stuff is in the description below, so check those out as well. Clicking those links really helps me, support me. I get a little bit of a kickback from Amazon if you click those links. Till next time.